Watch till the end and I'll show you how you can get your hands on some free first aid kits. Welcome back to Charlie's Survival. Freeze this moment right now. Literally, as this sentence leaves my mouth, another person has joined England's waiting list. In the time it takes you to microwave popcorn, 60 more names get added. And if you're watching from Scotland, Wales or Northern Ireland, guess what? Your local queues aren't far behind. In this video, I'm arming you with a DIY health survival kit so you can patch, monitor and advocate for yourself while our beloved but exhausted NHS tries to catch its breath. No fear mongering, no finger pointing, just clear, nerd-approved steps that anyone with a kettle and a phone can use. Real quick, I'm just someone trying to help UK citizens while our country is under stress. I'm not a professional doctor. Everything you're about to hear is general information. If you have severe chest pain, sudden weakness, heavy bleeding, pause me and phone 999. Cool. Cool. The numbers nobody can ignore. In June 2025, the English elective backlog sat at 7.39 million cases. That's every resident of London, Birmingham, Leeds and Glasgow combined. And it's not just leftovers from COVID. The UK population swelled by 7 million from roughly 62 million in 2010 to just over 69 million today. We basically added a city the size of Manchester every 18 months, but hospital beds stayed flat at around 2.4 per 1,000 people. See the mismatch. Now layer on staff attrition. Since 2012, the NHS lost 1 in 7 full-time GPs, even while appointment demand climbed 20%. Ambulance trusts missed the 8-minute target for life threat calls for 42 months straight, and junior doctors, the engine of every hospital, have spent 49 days on strike this year alone.
Absolute, unavoidable consequence of this many doctors walking out for this long is that patients will die.
When supply meets a tidal wave of demand, queues lengthen, clinicians burn out, and ordinary people start Googling suture kit at home. That's where I come in. Why population boom equals healthcare crunch. Let's break down why more people instantly ramps up the pressure on the NHS. First, age. Roughly half of the extra 7 million residents we've gained since 2010 are now 65 or older. Living longer is a win, but it does come with some things like diabetes, heart failure, arthritis, conditions that demand regular scans, repeat prescriptions and physio sessions. Now stack that rise in demand against a shrinking supply. Acute care beds are down 28% since 2000 because hospitals swapped old open wards for single rooms to stop infections. Picture the NHS as a garden hose. The tap is wide open, but someone's standing on the middle, so only a trickle reaches the nozzle. The toolkit we're building today won't fix the whole system, but it will give you enough water pressure to put out your own small fires until help arrives. Traffic light DIY. Red, call 999. Crushing chest pain or pressure, face droop, arm weakness, slurred speech, uncontrolled bleeding, filling a dishcloth per minute, sudden breathlessness with blue lips. Amber, urgent, same day. New fever in infant under 3 months. Possible bone fracture but good pulse and colour. Severe dehydration, no wee in 8 hours, sunken eyes. Wound infection signs, spreading redness above 2 centimeters an hour. Green, self-care and observe. Minor cuts under 2 centimeters that close on pinching. Ankle sprains with weight bearing possible. Common cold, sore throat under 7 days. Mild seasonal allergies. Stick this chart on the fridge or inside the medicine cupboard. Future you will thank current you. The kitchen cupboard clinic. We're building 3 tiers: bare bones, smart add-ons and next level tech. Everything together is still less than 1 private urgent care visit. Bare bones tier around £30. Saline pods for eyes and wound flushes. Non-adherent dressings and gauze rolls. Zinc oxide tape, tears by hand. Digital thermometer, Fahrenheit and Celsius switch. Paracetamol plus ibuprofen. Check expiry every December. Oral rehydration salts. Plain cling film. It wraps burns, keeps dressings dry in the shower. Smart add-ons plus £45. Finger pulse pulse oximeter, elastic cohesive bandage sticks to itself, instant cold packs, no freezer required, small splints and triangular sling, tweezers, nail scissors, safety pins, disposable nitrile gloves, waterproof foam pouch for rainy roadside first aid, next level tech plus £100 to £140, Bluetooth blood pressure cuff, digital weighing scales with body mass index, single lead ECG dongle, it spots AFib in 30 seconds, rechargeable head torch, power bank 20,000 milliamp. I've put all of the equipment that I've mentioned in this video in one place on my Amazon page in the health kit section. I'll put the link to that in the description for you to check out if you wish. Lay everything on the dining table once a year, bin expired meds, top up what your dog chewed and rehearse using each item. Tools you've never unboxed are just expensive paperweights. The £12 pulse oximeter. Slide it onto a warm finger, breathe normally and give it 5 seconds. The big number is SpO2, the percentage of hemoglobin molecules carrying oxygen. What's normal? For most healthy adults anywhere in the UK, a resting SpO2 of 95 to 99% is fine. NHS guidance says recheck if you dip below 95% and seek medical advice if you see 92% or lower, especially alongside breathlessness or chest pain. Accuracy hacks. 1. Warm your hands first, cold fingers misread. 2. Take off dark nail polish or acrylics. 3. Hold still until the pulse bar or waveform steadies. 4. Log the reading and time. Trends over hours matter more than one random dip. Vital signs masterclass. Think of your vital signs as the postcode of your health. 4 numbers that tell any medic exactly where you are on the map before they even lay eyes on you. Learn them when you're feeling fine and you'll spot trouble miles sooner. Blood pressure. Rest 5 minutes, sit upright, feet flat. Cuff at heart height. Take 2 readings a minute apart and average them. Ignore the first. A healthy home blood pressure for most adults is below 135 to 85 millimeters of mercury, mmHg. Heart rate. Place 2 fingers on the thumb side of your wrist. Count beats for 30 seconds. Double it. Normal resting range is 60 to 99 beats per minute. Endurance athletes can run lower. Breathing, respiratory rate. Set a 30-second timer, watch chest rises for 30 seconds and double the count. Adults should breathe 12 to 20 times a minute at rest. Temperature, use a digital oral or underarm thermometer. Under 38 degrees Celsius usually points to a mild viral bug. 38.5 to 40 degrees Celsius needs close monitoring with fluids and paracetamol. Anything over 40 degrees centigrade plus shivering or confusion deserves same day medical review. Save your normal numbers as a note or wallpaper on your phone. The next time you call 111 or video chat a GP, quoting them will make you sound like the calmest, most organised patient they've heard all shift. Digital doctoring and photo. Telemedicine isn't coming, it's already the queue busting tool most GPs rely on every day. A blurry photo can stall your diagnosis, but a clear, well-labelled one can save you a trip across town. Here's the 5-step receipt for a consultation your doctor will actually thank you for. 1. Light it right. Stand by a window or use a bright white bulb lamp. Skip yellow kitchen bulbs, they distort skin tones. 2. Show the scale. Hold a 50p, a ruler, or even your index finger next to the rash or wound so the clinician sees the size at first glance. 3. Shoot smart. Record a short 5-second video to capture movement or colour changes, then snap 2 or 3 sharp still photos. 4. Label clearly. Name the file something like elbow rash, day 1, 2025, 0716. Lowercase, no spaces, date included. Repeat each day if you're tracking progress. 5. Upload securely. Use the NHS app, patient access, or your GP's encrypted email. Never send medical photos via social media DMs. A 2024 study showed that when patients followed these steps, video GP consultations resolved 68% of minor injury causes without any face-to-face follow-up. Good lighting and context turns your phone into a diagnostic super tool. Mental health first aid. Waiting in pain can shred your patients and sink your mood faster than any painkiller can work. When the anxious spiral starts, run this simple stop reset. S. Stop. Put down your phone, halt the doom scroll. T, take a breath, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 2, exhale for 6, repeat twice. O, observe, notice what your body feels, what thoughts or emotions float by. No judging, just nothing. P, proceed, pick one tiny helpful action. Sip water, stretch, text a friend, or jot a symptom note. If you need backup, save these helplines as ICE in case of emergency on your phone. Contacts are Samaritans 116 123 for a free 24/7 call, and text shout to 85258 for a free 24/7 text chat. Know your rights and beat the queues. NHS Patient Choice is a legal right that lets you swap to any NHS funded hospital in England with a shorter queue, even if that hospital is run by a private company. Here's an example. Your local trust says cataract surgery in 40 weeks. A hospital 2 hours away offers an 8-week slot. You can book the 8-week slot, no fees, same NHS care. How to switch. 1. Ask your GP for an e-referral service booking reference, sometimes called a UBRN printout. 2. Compare wait times on the My Planner Care website or by phoning the NHS appointments line. 3. Choose the hospital and the date you prefer, then give those details back to your GP practice or book online if the portal allows. 4. Claim travel costs if you're on certain benefits or low income. Use an HC2 or HC3 form for mileage, parking or train fare. The plan method. Think of PLAN, P-L-A-N, as a 4-step blueprint that keeps small problems from turning into A&E marathons. P, predict. List the top health risks in your household: severe allergies, asthma, heart conditions, chronic pain, whatever could flare up. Stock the meds in kit that match those risks. L, learn. Pick one hands-on skill to master every 3 months. CPR in spring, burn care in summer, sling tying in autumn, basic concealing skills in winter. Skills age like fine wine, stockpile them early. A, access. Identify alternative care before you're desperate. The nearest out-of-hours pharmacy, the quickest walk-in clinic, the hospital with the shortest referral wait. Save those numbers and postcodes in your phone and on the fridge. N, network. Swap phone numbers with neighbours, friends and family. Agree who can drive, babysit or share equipment in a pinch. One strong community chat beats 10 frantic solo Google searches. Write your plan, P-L-A-N, on a sticky note, stick it on the fridge and review it every quarter. Community beats chaos every single time. Power outage and extreme weather prep. Here's how to keep your medical plan running no matter what the weather throws at you. DIY ice blocks. Fill 2 500ml plastic bottles 3/4 full of tap water. Squeeze out the air gap, cap them tight and freeze. In a blackout, they become instant gel packs for injuries, and buy your fridge an extra 4 to 6 hours below 5 degrees centigrade. Insulin safety. Anyone on insulin should pre-pack a small insulated lunch bag. When power fails, slide a frozen bottle next to your pens or vials. Aim to keep them 2 to 8 degrees centigrade. Most brands survive room temperature for 28 days, but cooler is kinder and less wasteful. Manual vital signs kit. Batteries dead? A 18-pound aneroid blood pressure cuff and stethoscope pair with the pulse count skill you learned earlier, so you can still track numbers and spot red flags. Paper is power. Print and laminate key contacts. GP, NHS 111, local pharmacy, 2 neighbours, gas and power emergency lines. Tape one copy to the fridge, tuck another into the first aid kit. Phones die, paper endures. Light and juice. Keep an LED head torch plus spare AAA batteries in the kit and a 20,000 milliamp power bank topped up monthly. One charges the phone, the other frees your hands. Radio check. A 15-pound hand crank FM radio keeps news flowing when mobile networks stutter or data caps out. Blackout drill. Once a year, flip your main breaker, stand in the dark, locate the torch, check a manual blood pressure and send yourself a location pin on mobile data. If you can do that calmly at midnight, you're blackout ready. Medication mastery. Medication only works if you have the right ones at the right dose and still inside the use by date. Follow this 3-step routine and you'll never be caught short. 1. 6-month audit. Every January or July, empty the medicine cupboard onto the table. Check expiry dates, ditch anything out of date and note what needs replacing. 2. Photo catalogue. Lay each packet flat, labels facing up, and snap a clear photo. Upload to a shared cloud folder called Household Meds. Name the file, drug, the strength, and expiry. For example, ibuprofen 200 milligrams, expires 2027-03. 3. Shared tracker. Keep a simple Google sheet with 4 columns. Drug, dose, when taken, last refill. Color code items in amber when you're down to a 2-week supply. Pro moves: stash at least a week's supply of critical meds, inhalers, antihistamines, EpiPens in a grab and go bag. Use a pill organizer if anyone takes 3 or more daily tablets. Stick a printed copy of the sheet inside the first aid kit so paramedics know the history at a glance. Infection watch and wound care. A tiny cut can turn nasty fast. Use this color-coded rule of thumb. Literally, green zone, redness no wider than your little finger, mild soreness, clear fluid, clean twice daily, cover and carry on. Amber zone, redness has crept to the width of your index finger within 12 hours. Throbbing pain or yellow discharge, ring your GP or NHS 111 today. Red zone, redness wider than your thumb, red streaks, fever or sudden swelling, that's A&E. Daily routine: rinse with saline or cooled boiled water, pat dry, apply a non-adherent dressing and photograph the wound beside a coin for scale. Healing should move forwards every 24 hours. If it stalls, escalate. None of us gets through crisis alone. Build a network now, not in the ambulance car park. Contact swap, exchange numbers and emergency roles with at least 2 neighbours. Who can drive? Who has a baby monitor? Who's home weekday mornings? Resource map, drop pins on Google Maps for the closest defibrillator, pharmacy, 24-hour petrol station and minor injury unit. Share the map link with family. Check-in chain, agree a simple group text, send OK with a question mark and everyone replies with a thumbs up within 30 minutes. No response triggers a doorstep check. Skillshare, make a quick list of local superpowers. CPR trained teacher, 4x4 owner, bilingual student, retired nurse. Knowing who to call can save hours. Resilience is a team sport. The time to shake hands is before the flood, not during it. 3-word mantra. Whenever panic knocks, remember 3 words. Flow, focus, flag. Flow, get blood flowing. Sit or lie so your brain stays perfused. Focus, take 1 slow breath. Lock onto this single next helpful action. Flag, raise the alarm early. Phone 999, press the call buzzer, shout a neighbour. I want to help you at home, my subscribers, as much as I can, so these 2 fully stocked first aid kits are up for grabs. Comment your best preparedness tip and I'll pick my favourite 2 and announce the winners in the next video. You have to be subscribed in order to win. Good luck. If you found even a single golden nugget, tap like so YouTube's algorithm drops this video on someone's phone while they're sat in A&E wondering if they'll be seen before sunrise. This community has grown very rapidly, so I've actually made a Facebook group where everyone can get together, share tips and knowledge, so I'll leave the link to that in the description below. Remember, knowing 1 skill and owning 1 4-pound roll of cling film beats doom scrolling in a waiting room with empty hands. As always, stay curious, stay prepared, and above all, stay wild. Head over to Equilor to get your hands on some revolutionary products that are dropping very soon, and I'll catch you in the next one.